Today on Vinyl Chef Steve, I'm going to show you yet another recipe for refried beans. Yes, you can't have too many recipes for refried beans. There's so many different flavors that you can impart into refried beans depending on your flavor preferences. But people add everything from chorizo to chipotle, cheeses, and all kinds of stuff to embellish their refried beans. Today, I'm going to make a recipe that I learned from a friend of mine's grandmother. And believe me, growing up, wherever I went, whenever I tasted amazing refried beans or amazing anything for that matter, I would find out who made them at the party or the event, and I would ask them how they did it and get the recipe. So I ended up getting the recipe for these beans, and they are delicious. Man, they are amazing. So I'm going to show you how to make them today. What you're going to need is a 40-ounce can of, yes, the Sun Vista Pinto Beans in the can. Then also you'll need, I got 6 chile de arbol here, and I got mine from here, these Guapo containers. This is just a 2-ounce container. I buy the 2-ounce because I use the rest for other things like making chile. You'll need 2 cloves of fresh garlic, 1 fresh brown, yellow, or white onion, whatever you have available. We're only going to use half of that. Some of your favorite Monterey Jack cheese, and some bacon fat. Hopefully you have some bacon lard or bacon grease that you have left over. If you don't have bacon grease, you can use lard like Farmer John Manteca, or I think it's Morel, but any type of lard you can use for these beans. You'll need a 1/4 cup. I'll show you the cooking process and we'll get started. First things first, a plastic glove. Anytime you handle chilies, dry or fresh, we're going to cut off the ends of these chile de arbol and massage out the seeds, because you don't want to ingest these seeds. They will wreak havoc on your intestinal tract. So we're going to massage them all out, and there you go. You see there's quite a few seeds in there. You just definitely don't want to ingest those. And then we're going to take some scissors and we're going to cut these chilies into really small pieces, as you see here, because we're going to fry them in our bacon grease later on to infuse the bacon grease with all that beautiful chili flavor. Just gives it such a great smoky heat that makes these beans so delicious. Make sure you use a sharp knife. We're going to chop our onion or dice our onion into small pieces here, and we'll be setting that aside. And then we're going to mince our garlic, smash it down, and then chop it up, and then with your knife's flat edge, just mince it really fine. No garlic left behind. And then grate a cup of Monterey Jack cheese. And then we're gonna heat up some bacon grease, 1 tablespoon. And then we're gonna saute our onions for about 5 to 6 minutes, or until they're lightly browned, as you see right here. And then we're gonna add our chilies to the pan and our 1/4 cup of bacon grease. We're going to break down that bacon grease and heat up those chilies, and we're gonna saute them in that oil until they turn almost black, like a dark brownish black. And then we're gonna add our onions back into the pan with the garlic. Make sure to shake your can of beans, and then add everything, including the liquid, into the pot. And we're gonna bring that to a rolling boil, as you see here. That takes about 5 to 6 minutes. And then you're going to reduce it for about 30 minutes on a medium-low heat. And you're gonna stir it occasionally, about every 5 minutes. Check your beans. And then after 30 minutes, you're gonna mash them up good. And it depends on how thick you like your beans. I like our beans kind of loose. If you're making them for burritos, you might want to cook them a little bit more. But here you see the consistency that we like. And once you do that, you can continue to cook them to dry them out a little bit more. But I'm gonna add the cheese now, and you'll see how we worked in the cheese. Once the cheese is melted in there, you're done. And these beans are just absolutely heavenly. They have a smoky flavor, a nice spice to them, and you can taste that jack cheese And so once you're done, just pour them into a bowl. You can garnish them with whatever you have available. What I like to garnish mine with some more jack cheese and some fresh chile de arbol on the top, as you see. So I hope you enjoyed this video. These beans are amazing. You can use them as a side dish. You can make burritos out of them, or you can just make them as a dip. But nevertheless, this is one more recipe for refried beans that you'll enjoy having in your back pocket. Thanks for joining me, Vinyl Chef Steve, for another episode, and we'll see you next time.